Howdy, yokes. Before we get started today, I just wanted to let you know that this episode of Bacon and Eggs is brought to you by a whole lot of people, you included. If you listen to this show, you are the reason that Ethan and I are able to get up and do it every single day, or however many days we get to do this. We do have, like day jobs and stuff, whatever. Thank you so much for listening to this show. And we've stopped advertising this show with dollars. So we would really love your help to get the show out to more people. So if you could tell a friend or go on iTunes and leave a review, that would be super duper helpful. And I'll tell you what, while you've got the iTunes app open, if I could just shout out another podcast, I will be on tomorrow's episode of Hello from Elsewhere. So if you could go ahead and just subscribe to that podcast by Casey and Valerie Winters. It's absolutely excellent. And if you like my voice, you're going to like their show, because Casey's voice is like my voice, but better in every single way. So go ahead and subscribe to Hello from Elsewhere. And while you're in the App Store, leave a review for Bacon and Eggs and let us know that we mean something to you, because you mean the world to us. So thank you so much for listening. And we just love that you're here, and we love this community, and we want to just grow it big and big and big and big and big and big and big. And you can help for like $0. So thank you so much. Bye. Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs. I'm Tyler Carlson.
And I'm Ethan Etchill.
And today we're spending Christmas in England.
Or maybe it's Los Angeles.
So fall in love with Jack Black.
And be Mr. Napkinhead.
Because today we're bringing you
the holiday.
Introducing our guest this week. He is the 2019 Mr. Universe winner. He is the most subscribed channel on YouTube, and his new HBO series, Game of Thrones, is just popping the freak off. He's Baby Yoda's dad. Welcome our guest this week, Isaac Carlson from Watso Videos.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me again. I'm very excited. Thank you for the epic intro. I feel like I dominate pop culture now.
You absolutely dominate pop culture. I really thought when you retired from World Wrestling Entertainment that your career was just going to take a dip, but it has only flourished.
Oh, yeah. You know, gotta follow The Rock and try to be president of the United States. You gotta dominate all sectors.
Gotta do more, gotta be more.
Gotta do more, gotta be more. That's exactly right. When is your line of shoes and headphones from Reebok coming out? That's what I want to know.
Obviously, midway through 2020, it's gonna be summer release. It's gonna be huge.
Late Q2. I'm excited.
Man, I would buy the crap out of Isaac Carlson's signature shoes. Just
I would
TBH.
buy the crap out of Isaac Carlson's signature headphones.
Dang.
I mean, yeah, but Reebok doesn't actually make headphones.
Who makes The Rock's headphones then?
It's clearly not Reebok.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I don't know who makes The Rock's headphones. I didn't know The Rock had headphones. The Rock has shoes.
The Rock has shoes and headphones. The headphones
The
are
Rock
like
shoes.
Yeah, they sell out immediately.
They are Under Armour for starters.
Under Armour. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Also,
Isaac goes for a more traditional CrossFit approach with Reebok.
Yeah, for all conditions.
Right.
Reebok made the JJ Watt shoes, but actually these might not be The Rock's shoes. They are. Okay, they're just called Project Rock. So
Yes.
I wasn't positive.
Okay, I want to run on the stats.
Cool. I would buy The Rock shoes. Hang on.
Isaac, introduce yourself. I feel like you started talking and then I was like, wow, you're great. So go ahead and actually talk about you and how excited you are or are not to be back on Bacon and Eggs.
All right, sounds good.
These literally aren't sold out.
Nice.
I don't really know where you're
I'm
coming
Isaac
from there.
Carlson. I'm the creator of the YouTube channel Watso Videos, where I spread magic by discussing Disney films. I make lots of character videos and full story videos and theory videos all about Disney films and, the occasional DreamWorks film here and there when it's talking about dragons. And in addition to that, I'm a frequent attendant on this podcast, and I have a podcast of my own called Following Dreams, where I interview people about how they're pursuing their passions and achieving their dreams. So that's all the stuff I'm mainly doing. Oh, well, I mean, I also have like this travel organization thing that's in association with another, but that's all on my website and stuff, watsowebsite.com. But that's all the stuff I'm doing right now.
Wait
a minute. WatsoWebsite.com. Hold on. Does that mean the Watso Video shoes will just be called Watso Shoes?
Dude, if I was going to make shoes, I'd probably just call them Watso shoes.
WatsoWebsite.com does not
V1.
exist.
What? Did you spell it right? WOTSO website?
Nope, I did not. That's why.
That's the classic downfall.
Somebody very surprised by like Americanized Chinese chicken is like
Watso Vacations.
Yeah, you don't know about Watso Vacations, the future of entertainment and travel. Isaac, quick question. I'm going to Disney
World. Your next dream Disney vacation.
I'm going to Disney World soon. Do I need to contact you?
Dude,
I think you already have the trip booked, don't you?
Okay, so I've already paid for the flight and the hotel and the tickets. Do I need to contact you?
All right, I think at this point it's a little too late, but definitely.
Hold on, I can book
the next one.
I can book a Royal Caribbean cruise through you.
Yes, and then I would get a percentage of that. Yes.
That's the dopest sponsorship I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, so this is how it works, is that my girlfriend is working for a travel agency and we're like branding our part of it as Watso's Magical Vacations. So we can book any like lots of different trips on Caribbeans, cruises, Disney World, Universal Studios, parks, any of them, and by doing that you can help me create content and keep doing this fun thing that I'm doing and talking about Disney and doing all that. So that was the motivations, the side business of Watso videos.
That's the coolest
said,
hustle.
Screw you, Blue Apron, Frick Movement watches. Let's go vacation hunting. That is amazing.
Also, you get to have like one of your favorite creators book your vacation.
That's
How
what
cool
I'm saying.
Is that?
I literally don't even want to go to Disney World because I have no money and I want to book this.
Well, I want to get through the stats on this amazing female directed film.
Hold on. Isaac, do you have anything else that we could possibly delay the stats with real quick? Just to give Tyler more stress.
Oh, well, I guess the main thing is that currently I'm trying to transition out of the home of no longer consuming soda. So I've been consuming bubbly. So if you're interested in consuming sparkling water, I've been consuming bubbly.
Can you go to bubbly.com/Watso and get cases of bubbly? I do love bubbly.
Not sponsored yet, but mango and orange are my favorite flavors currently.
Oh, see, I'm not a big Tang sparkled water fan. That's not true. I like lime, which is the best flavor, which is also like a tangy sour flavor.
I'm not a big I like fake mango flavors better than fake peach flavors, but I'm not big on fake mango flavors. I have been known to partake in an orange, like just a basic orange LaCroix.
You know what gets me is like off-brand, like Walmart brand comes in a 1 liter bottle, like 1 liter plastic bottle. Orange dreamsicle. Orange dreamsicle. I don't know, whatever it's like on the corner rack. It's like 43 cents for a liter of sparkling water.
Yeah, you're talking about the Clear American. That's like like sweetened.
Yeah, but it's not. It's still 0 cal.
I know, somehow they put something in it.
And it's called Sweet and Low.
Yeah. Oh my God. I really don't want to delay the stats anymore. I really, really don't want to delay the stats anymore, but have you guys ever had the San Pellegrino drinks?
No. I've had. I like. If I'm gonna drink just sparkling water, San Pel is my go-to.
No. Not their. What I thought was their version of the like flavored seltzer, right? Because I like a regular San Pellegrino, but I bought this thing. It was like a San Pellegrino limon, whatever you call lemon in wherever San Pellegrino's from, Italy. I don't know, but I opened it expecting to just get like a lemon LaCroix, just like somebody down the street was like, "Hey, lemon, by the way, just lemon."
Have you considered lemon?
And I took it. I took a swig of it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I looked on the can. It's like contains 25% lemon juice.
Oh my!
Really?
Goodness.
It was delicious. Once I got used to it, it was like literally just like drinking fizzy lemon juice.
That sounds awesome.
Oof. It was dope, but it was a shock to my system. I was expecting.
Can I tell you about the stats of this movie? Because they are astonishing.
So let's hear them.
Yeah, dude, go for it.
Okay, this 2006 masterpiece was directed by none other than a female, Nancy Myers, released on December 8th, 2006, 4,750 days ago. This romantic comedy with effectively 4 sets was made on an $85 million budget. $85 million, Ethan. $85 million.
I mean,
that's
the CG
a lot of
was
money.
Great. So
the CG was not even good. That's the problem.
What CG?
The scene at the end. No, the scene at the end, where it's like zooming out on the cottage. They're just standing in front of a green screen. I don't know why they couldn't just decorate a cottage. Anytime they're driving, that's a green screen. There was a lot of CG.
It is?
Garbage. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't notice at all.
Oh man, I was
under
watching.
I was under the assumption they just bought a cottage.
I would have thought that too. That
because
wouldn't
like even
cost
if they
85 mil.
even if they evicted the people living in there for like $1 million, it still does not explain this budget.
No, it's insane. Bright side, it made $205 million worldwide, so it made it back and then some. It even got John Krasinski propelled into the real world. Got a 49% critic rating and an 80% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a pretty big discrepancy, and its Metacritic score at 52 beat out its critic rating score on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics were lukewarm at best to this rom-com, but the audience seemed to really like it. And Ethan, do you have a professionally negative review?
I have a professional negative review from Anthony Quinn of Independent, open parentheses, UK, close parentheses. And he says, you begin to suspect that Myers isn't actually a movie director at all, but a features coordinator at World of Interiors. This guy could not help but be like, is this even a film director, or is just this woman working a furniture store?
I will say it was well-decorated film.
It was incredibly well decorated, for sure. But I don't think that was the director going through and like, can we move this lamp, please?
Positive review from Anna Smith from Time Out, not Anna Smith from our high school marching band.
You sure?
Although I'm sure she would feel good about this film as well. No, I'm positive. This girl has like Elsa blonde hair. Like, wow. Which Anna Smith did not. She had curly brown hair. She says it's a leisurely feel-good rom-com, which I feel like exactly sums up how I feel. We can go ahead and close the book on this one. Join us for the Hash Browns, where we're going to go through the next 8 chapters of My Immortal with none other than Isaac Carlson. It's been great having you guys on the show. Until next time, Jude Law.
Okay, so Isaac, it's just you and me now to talk about this rom-com. Tyler's officially gone.
He's queued out.
He put down his microphone. He put down his headphones. He said, frick this shirt, I'm out.
Dude, I thought this was a good movie.
I love this movie, for starters. I think that me saying I love this movie is what actually like ended up in 9 people being like, hey, you should review The Holiday. Because I stan this movie. This is my second favorite British Christmas rom-com.
Wow. That second. What's number 1?
Love Actually.
Oh, okay, that's another rom-com I haven't seen. This one was one that I was reached out to do. And then the night before, I was like, all right, it's time to do it. So then I queued up one of my apps, opened it up, and watched this whole movie through. And I was pleasantly surprised. But when the movie started, I wasn't exactly sure what it was supposed to be.
Oh, that monologue at the beginning is bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
It's just utter nonsense.
Yeah, because the beginning is supposed to be like the first words, the first scenes is supposed to set the stage for everything that you're going to see. And it does that with the characters, but with the voiceover, I was just like, what is going on? And then it jumps to this one girl who's, turns out to be Iris. And then I couldn't totally understand what the flow of the movie was going to be because I didn't watch any trailers or read any summaries or anything. So that was kind of a jarring beginning. But once we got into it, I started to enjoy it more.
Yeah, so it takes a really kind of... This is kind of a weird premise for a movie. Oh, not a weird premise. It's a perfectly normal premise for a movie. It harkens back to like a lot of old Christmas movies where somebody just does something absolutely ridiculous and like leaves town for Christmas, and that's it. It's like that's how a lot of like White Christmas starts and everything. Like somebody's just like, I'm out of here. Bye. It's Christmas.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I thought it was like, oh, let's use one of the like the internet gimmicks similarly to like You've Got Mail and like build something around it. I was like,
there's
nothing really.
Hold on. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. I've come back. I've decided to discuss this film with you all. Mm-hmm. This movie was like, hey, 2006, have you guys considered Airbnb?
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
I think Airbnb was founded in 2006.
Mm-hmm. What was founded in 2006?
I believe Airbnb was founded in the year 2006.
The year of our Lord 2006? Yeah. I have no idea when Airbnb came about, but maybe somebody saw this movie and was like, renting out your house, that's not a bad idea.
2008.
Aha. I'm going to develop an app for that over the next 2 years.
The home swap thing is like a real thing that happened.
Oh yeah, like the website they used is real. Like I saw like a list of...
there was a lot of product placement in this movie.
Oh, I mean, what? Sony with product placement? Why would they ever do that?
I'm going to reserve this room on my Sony Vaio laptop.
Yeah. Do you remember those Vaio laptops? I was thinking about those the other day. Those things were the coolest. That was the first like ultra powerful laptop that you could just like carry around places. At least it was from my super young perspective in 2006.
Interesting. Oh, just for context, homeexchange.com is real. There's 400,000 homes available, 187 countries. And there's a exchange finalized every 4 minutes. So it's
I
real.
want to do this. Let's
Every 4 minutes in the year of our Lord 2019.
Yeah. People are home exchanging.
And you pay $0 to do this?
No, you sign up for $150 for a year with
That is
unlimited
insanely
exchanges.
cheap.
Yeah.
What?
Property damage coverage. This is a real service, guys. I thought it was kind of like made up, like, man, imagine what one of these crazy things you could do on the internet. But no.
You know what's crazy? I always think about when I think about like early 2000s movies, and they were like, "Oh, you can do these crazy things with phones and the internet." You wait. In Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, they like live stream a street race on top of a mountain on like a phone with less processing power than a Motorola Razr, and they like stream to like 5 different cameras running simultaneously on the cell phones.
Wow. Yeah, that's a
crazy.
little bit ahead of the times.
Well, it obviously isn't real. That didn't happen. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that you can just make stuff up in movies.
Right.
Like they can make stuff happen. Because every time one of these movies comes out where they have some sort of like video chat technology that we don't have, I'm like, how did you do that? It's like they've got, $150,000 cameras everywhere the whole time they're filming. Like, this is fake. They faked this. It wasn't hard for them.
So, just so you're aware, if you want to visit Roanoke, Virginia on Home Exchange, you can.
Ooh.
I don't.
Come find Tyler and Ethan's houses.
You won't. But
Be a really weird place to visit on homeexchange.com, my own hometown.
okay, so I don't know what the currency service is here, but I'm going to find a different house so that I can give you some reference. But I do think that it's $150. And then you pay to Home Exchange. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. But let's take a look. See, if we go to Rome, Casa de Emma e Mark is 164 GPs a night.
Oh, man.
GPs?
We have to watch
GP.
some Clash of Clans ads to get the ability to
Seriously.
exchange homes.
What? What is
GP
that?
stands for gold pieces in like every video game ever. That's like the Dungeons and Dragons currency.
Quick question. When you play Clash of Clans or a game similar,
I don't, so I don't know.
no, we played Boom Beach in college. We played hard.
I played Boom Beach
in college?
when they had barely invented microtransactions.
Oh,
Boom
man.
Beach was the best.
Yeah, because you could just play
Clash
it without
of Clans
paying for
and
it.
Clash Royale in
Clash
high
Royale's
school
the
at
real
end of high
deal.
school. Yeah.
Clash Royale to this day is an excellent game. But in those games, I've found that if you pay, it is 0% more fun. You just like deplete the money you just spent, and now you have to go back to waiting a longer amount of time for the next thing to happen. Which I guess is obvious. Like everybody knows this. Everybody gets the scam, but we just you just
keep paying for it.
Yeah, you keep doing it. Stupid microtransactions. There was another name for it before it was microtransactions. We called it freemium. That was an excellent name. Can I talk about this movie?
Yeah, we also invented the term pay to win.
Yes.
Where there were games that were free to play but pay to win.
Yes. And then there's games that are have you played The Old Republic, the Star Wars MMO?
Oh, yes,
Where it's
I
like
have.
it's
Yeah.
like free to play but not really.
Yeah. If you want to play for 40 days straight and then hit a level cap.
Right.
And the thing is, like, nobody got mad at microtransactions until they started doing them in like AAA $60 video games.
Yeah, no, if you're going to give me the game for free on my phone, I get it.
Yeah, I'll pay-
I get the hustle.
I'll pay a couple bucks, like whatever. But if I'm buying like everybody knows that EA is like the worst about this, and it's like if I buy Madden 2020 for $60 American, I don't want to have to like buy stuff to make the game fun. I don't know. I hate those sports games that have like the trading card functions. Ultimate Team, I hate that stuff. Every time I go into one of those games, it's like, join the Ultimate Team. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this because I'm going to spend money I don't want to spend. You make it way too easy. It's like, yeah, we'll deduct it from your PayPal account. No problem.
That's why I don't know how to set up PayPal. It's the most boomer thing about me.
Oh, man. I had to set up a PayPal. But banking, that's boring adult stuff.
I bought
I
a
gave my
vinyl
money
I
in
bought a
money
vinyl
clip.
record today from not Amazon, from like a private record label. Bought a pre-order with Apple Pay, and it took 11 seconds for me to spend $26.
Oh, man. I love all of those instantaneous payments.
It's crazy, but it also just makes money evaporate.
I mean,
like it removes the level of me sitting there like typing all my information out, being like, do I actually want this thing?
the 16-digit code and the
Right, because I've
CVV.
definitely gotten all the way through something that's like, type your credit card number in. I'm like, it's all the way out in the car.
I'm just not going to do that. I get mad because every time you get a new card, your phone like doesn't delete the old one. I'm sure there's an easy way to do this, but I get so mad because I'll log into Amazon and it'll have like my college email address and a card that expired in 2017. I'm like, nope, none of this is correct.
Well, that's not your phone doing that. That's Amazon doing that.
Well, yes, but then my phone still thinks I live in our college house, which is weird because I got my phone after we moved. But like when
I get Waze alerts sometimes for like Richmond and stuff. It's like, you visit Richmond a lot. You probably want to know about all the road closings in Richmond. Like, I really don't. I want to know about it when I put in that I want to drive to Richmond.
If I tell my phone, guide me home, it'll take me to you and I's apartment in college.
Oh, no. My phone learns scarily quickly whenever I move somewhere. Because I'll get in the car and it'll be like, it'll take you 11 minutes to drive home. And it starts doing that like 3 days after I move somewhere.
That's crazy pants.
Yeah, this is completely off topic entirely. They barely had cell phones in this movie.
Can I give you my pros and cons for this movie?
Amanda had a BlackBerry, is all I want to say about this movie.
Oh, that was one of the things that really aged it for me.
That's what aged it for you? Not Jack Black looking like a young man?
Well, I mean, that is true, too. Like,
Jude
you
Law
see
still
him
having all his
now, and
hair?
he's, like, all gray.
Yeah, or Cameron Diaz acting at all. She retired. Did you know that? I knew that.
She's fully retired?
She's retired, yeah.
Yeah,
But
her and the dude
isn't
from
there a
Good
new
Charlotte
Shrek
just living
movie
it up.
coming?
Well, she's not in it, I guess. I don't know. There's a new Ghostbusters, like a true Ghostbusters without Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that he's actually going to be in it. Like,
I think if he's in it, it will be a cameo at best.
I don't know about that.
It'll be him on screen at like the very end being like, hello, I'm the gatekeeper. Are you the keymaster?
Well, all his kids are grown now.
Yeah, but I don't know. Man, do I love Rick Moranis. He's got
But that's
that
why he
Travis
stopped-
McElroy kind of goofy smile to
That's why
him.
he stopped doing movies.
I know. The Holiday. I'm going to give you my pros and cons. Pros. Jude Law and Cameron Diaz's chemistry. Pros. Oh gosh. I got to name. Oh God. This is embarrassing. Kate Winslet's acting ability. Above and beyond what this movie called for. Pros.
Eli
Arthur
Wallach.
Abbott. Yeah, Eli Wallach. Pros. Nope, that's everything.
You're not going to list Jack Black as a pro.
Okay, Jack Black's existence as a human being is a pro. Cons? I don't understand why Kate Winslet and Jack Black fell in love with this movie at all. They have zero chemistry, spend like no time together. Like Jude Law and Cameron Diaz, like the movie is about them. They have like this great conflict and you care about them. But Jack Black and Kate Winslet are just like, well, crap, we did the house swap thing, so we got to keep following her story. But really, her redemption is Elsa, right? She don't need no man. She needs an awesome house in Los Angeles where she can help retired directors. But instead, she's got to fall in love with Jack freaking Black, Jarls freaking Blarls,
Because he's the only guy that's ever treated her nice. I'm not saying I agree with that, but that is why she falls in love with. It makes sense to me. It tracks completely.
I mean, what? Like, obviously, it's a freaking romantic commandantic.
The thing is, here's the thing though. You could make an entire movie about just Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, and Eli Wallach. You could not make an entire movie about just Jude Law and Cameron Diaz. I said Cameron Diaz twice. You can make a movie about just Kate Winslet, Jack Black, and Eli Wallach. You could not make a successful movie about just Cameron Diaz.
I disagree. I think Cameron Diaz and Jude Law are a more interesting story.
But they're not. They're not without the context, is the thing. Like, Cameron Diaz flies to England and falls in love with the girl's house she's staying in brother is a 20% Hallmark movie.
I disagree. I think the interesting part about Cameron Diaz Jude Law is Cameron Diaz flies to England to escape her life as a film director and falls in love with a guy, and it turns out he has kids. Is an interesting, like, Cameron Diaz, who was the victim of like adultery, ends up with a guy who, like, there's this clear suspicion that he is playing the field. Turns out he has kids.
I don't think you could make a 2-hour movie about that and have it be successful, other than the fact that it has Cameron Diaz and Jude Law in it.
I mean, yeah, I would watch Cameron Diaz and Jude Law.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I feel like that couldn't keep it going and make it interesting. I feel like one of the most engaging things about this movie is how they tell the story of juxtaposing the two between each other, and how that they're like tied together in this way that the only thing is through that website and through their like a bit of their like the sibling thing as well. But it was really just this spontaneous thing.
Like
Jack Black
works with Cameron Diaz's ex-boyfriend, and Jude Law is Kate Winslet's sister or brother.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool that it's the idea that like two people who can't find any opportunities to find love where they are can switch places and find love in the 2 weeks that they switched
right.
houses,
And it's like
which is kind of cool.
The fact that this is an $80 million like proper release with proper actors and didn't die as a Hallmark movie is amazing to me.
Oh, I think somebody... What blows my mind... Well, actually, the only thing that blows my mind is that Jack Black is like a top-billed character and John Krasinski got one line in the movie. I feel like that would not be what would happen today.
No,
well, it's 2006.
Right, I know.
He was Jack freaking Black.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Was that out in 06?
I don't know.
Also, I would still say that Jack Black is a bigger deal than John Krasinski.
I would say maybe after Jumanji. I would agree. But I think like Jack Ryan, Quiet Place, The Office, John Krasinski's got...
Wouldn't say John Krasinski is facially known for A Quiet Place.
I would.
I would not.
He's the lead actor in it.
Is he? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Never mind.
What?
I thought he just directed it. There was a different one he just directed, right? He just came out with another one?
No, his last film was A Quiet Place. His next film is A Quiet Place 2.
Fair.
Okay, so the thing
I also don't think as many people have seen that as you think have seen it.
Yeah, I haven't. Rip. Oh well. I will probably eventually see it though. But the thing that also threw me off about the beginning of the movie was that, Kate Winslet was in love with that guy, Jasper. And I just was seeing it. It was just like so kind of like, I'd say like aggravating at first, that it was like this girl that was fawning over a man and she was like, I'm in love with him. And I'm like, well, girl, clearly you aren't. Because he doesn't care about you at all. Like, that's not love. Like, loving someone from a distance is not love. And so I was like, if this is the precedent,
that's what she learns.
Beginning. I know. Yeah, see, but like that was the thing, though. It's just like, oh man, how is this going to build on itself if this is like the place? But that's the thing is,
with these Christmas rom-coms,
we're not going into the complexities of relationships.
But with the Christmas rom-coms especially, you have to set up the payoff in the opening monologue, in the voiceover. Yes. Love Actually, again, you should watch this movie. Love Actually does the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Hugh Love Grant actually sets up... No, Hugh Grant has this like static character. He says, love actually is all around us.
Yeah, he says it at the end.
He says it at the beginning. The beginning of the movie, he delivers that line. He says, go to Heathrow Airport at any time of the holidays, and you'll see that love actually is all around us.
It's at the beginning?
Yeah.
Either way, it sets up the whole story.
I love me some Love Actually. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, somebody clearly... That's the thing, is like, as much as I love this movie, somebody clearly watched that movie and was like, how can I do this but different?
Oh, yeah, I think the juxtaposed story is certainly... inspired.
There's a lot of inspired beats, and it may just because it's a British Christmas rom-com with famous people in it.
Is Love Actually from before that? I thought Love Actually was after this.
No, Love Actually was like 2000.
2003.
It's 2003. It's 2003, and they were putting Dido songs in there. Man, there was definitely some music choices in this movie too, where I'm like, that dates it. Like, she gets in the car one of them gets in the car at some point, and there's just some like mid 2000s like synth pop song playing that I'd never heard of before, like dark and moody synth music.
What's the song that Kate Winslet wakes up to in Cameron Diaz's bed?
Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet?
Yes, it is. Very good. Very good. Glad you caught that.
What?
Glad I was able to help you out there. You know what? I got it. So there's a moment in this movie where Cameron Diaz is unloading her things, and she's like, has the closet door open. She sees Kate Winslet's dress, and she goes, "Ooh, pretty dress." And then that never comes back.
That never comes back up.
Why did that happen?
Ooh.
I thought for sure she would put that on. I
don't know.
Oh my God, I thought that set it up. I was like, oh, there's going to be a nice night afloat ahead, yonder.
Yeah, nope. She just says pretty dress.
Yeah.
It makes me think it's like it was an actual reaction to a set piece.
Oh, nice.
Because apparently, so when Jack Black's doing the scene where he's like singing all the themes in the video store, apparently he picked up Driving Miss Daisy by mistake and just like went with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just he was like he happened to know what this is. There's not an IMDb trivia piece to confirm this, but I've heard this. I've read this somewhere or heard it on like a DVD on TV thing. Uh-huh. But yeah, that he was supposed to pick something else, but he happened to know what the music from Driving Miss Daisy sounded like, and so he just picked the movie up, was like, see, Driving Miss Daisy, classic.
I mean, you got to think about this movie in context. I guess at this point we did know this is the same year as Pick of Destiny, so I feel it was the next film from Jack Black, actually.
Well, we knew Jack Black was a music guy. I mean, he did School of Rock.
Yeah, and that was 3 years prior. But I still feel like...
listened to Tenacious D before Pick of Destiny came out.
Yeah, so did I. I was a big Tenacious D guy. Big. I still am to this day.
I only know about it through Hot Ones. That's how I learned about Tenacious D.
I love that. That's amazing.
Were they on Hot Ones?
Yeah, it was. I think the thumbnail was Jack Black, but it was both of them.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised that the thumbnail was Jack Black and not Kyle Gass. That's telekinesis, Kyle. Oh, man. I love Jack Black so much. Not as much as Tyler, but a lot.
Yeah, I would. In fact, I'm going to check Etsy right now.
Oh, I got my Robin Williams print. Finally.
Did you? I don't see it in your room.
I haven't hung it up yet. I got to buy frame. It's right here.
The problem with searching for Jack Black is a lot of people big time stan Nacho
of the game
Libre.
Blackjack?
No, Nacho Libre.
Oh.
And I am of the mind that I don't stan Nacho Libre.
I like Nacho Libre. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't know that I've ever seen Nacho Libre, if I'm 100,000% honest with you.
I remember renting it from Family Video, and I was just like, I don't get this.
Here we go on the Family Video thing again. You still have video stores, and it's shocking to me. Wisconsin is a mythic kingdom.
Oh yeah.
No, Blockbuster had closed down by the time that Nacho Libre existed. Like, there was no video stores by then.
That's not true.
No way, man. Video stores still live.
Anyway, I had a really weird experience in the theater seeing Nacho Libre, which makes it, like, stick out in my mind. So you know how movie theaters used to play, like, a thing where it would be like, thank you for visiting Regal Cinemas. Please don't use your phone if you need an exit. They're at the front of the theater and the back of the theater. You know, they would do, like, a thing before the movie played. They don't do it anymore. I don't know why. I guess people just learned to read exit signs somewhere in the last 10 years. But anyway, I saw Nacho Libre, and it was like me and my mom and two other people in the theater on like a Tuesday night or whatever. And this woman came in and was like, the thing that normally tells you where the exits are is broken, so I'm gonna, please don't use your phone during the movie, and also, there's exits here at the front, and also at the back. Please, thank you for using Regal Cinemas. Enjoy your movie.
Wow.
And then just like ran out. And it's never happened before or since that has happened, and it just sticks out in my mind. Like, that was Nacho Libre. That was a real thing that happened.
All right, I just want to, I have to tell you. In the year of our Lord 2006, when Nacho Libre came out, Blockbuster made $5.8 billion.
Really?
Yeah. It peaked in 2004.
Dude, I thought it was out of business by 2008.
It was 2006.
Blockbuster was so big that they were going to try to make a theme park in Orlando.
Now, here's the interesting thing about Blockbuster. They made $5.8 billion, but their profits were negative $588 million. So their revenue was there, but they were
so they lost. They lost.
They lost $500 million, but
that was the beginning of the end.
Yes,
that was.
But they were still there.
Of the calm before the coming of the storm.
No, it's not the calm. It's just the calm before the storm.
Is it? I thought there was another word in there. Oh, well, freak me, I guess.
Yeah, that's a B.O.B. song. Well, Isaac,
I just
welcome.
dream of success. Not success is inadequate.
Welcome to Ethan and Tyler. Really love hip-hop music from their golden days.
I could do an entire episode about the album Strange Clouds by B.O.B.
Man.
That Taylor Swift feature, legendary.
I could not tell you about music throughout any of my periods of life. I pretty much can just tell you some popular songs in specific moments of my life. That's about it.
Hold on, Isaac. I have to find the line.
Okay.
Isaac, what was the number one song in the world on the day you were born?
I have no clue.
Well, you know what? I'm about to give you a quiz thing.
Okay, Isaac, quick question. What year did the song Boom Boom Pow come out?
Is that by the Black Eyed Peas?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to guess 2002.
Why 2002?
That cannot possibly be right.
I think it's early 2000, maybe.
Isaac, what is your birthday, bud?
It's just to give you some context.
May 27th, 1998.
The song Boom Boom Pow has the line, "You're so 2000 and late, I'm so 2008," or 3008, or whatever she says.
Oh. I'm so 3008, you're so 2000 late.
Okay.
Does this help you formulate when this film when this song came out?
Is it 2007 though? 2009?
It's 2009.
Okay, boom.
You said May 27th?
Yeah.
The number one song on your birthday was My All by Mariah Carey. A song I've never heard in my life.
Never in my life have I heard that song.
Let's see. I'm going to confirm this. I never heard this song. I'm sure somebody's going to be like, excuse me? You've never heard My All by Mariah Carey? Let me be real with y'all. I've heard one song by Mariah Carey. And it's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Do you guys really not know what the number one song on your birthday was? You never did that Facebook quiz? Oh, I did that a long time ago, and the answer has just stuck with me. It was Snow by Informer, or Informer by Snow. And that's that song that's like, Informer, now. All right, let's go with December 1st, 1992. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. Yeah,
but
that
for
one.
the year, came out a little bit after that. End of the Road by Boyz II Men was the year's top song, followed by Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Is it End of the Road like the top song ever?
I don't know. And then Jump by Criss Cross. This is a freaking banger of a list. 1992 was a good year.
Boyz II Men was like the Rolling Stone like musical group of the 90s. Like the most listened to musical group in the 90s.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, crazy.
So, Isaac, back to the holiday. Now, you are like a Disney stan, an animated stan, excellent storytelling stan. What's your experience with the genre that we're discussing today? Romantic comedies.
I hate you so much.
Well, like they're pretty much I'm willing to try most any film genre. Like probably like horror and like slasher, that type of genre, not something I typically get into, but like rom-coms I can typically turn on and enjoy. Now, I don't really I'm not a huge connoisseur, so I haven't like seen all of the Nicholas Sparks, movies that came out, and I haven't seen like every single teen romance movie or anything like that, but I've dabbled around with it. I've seen some good, seen some bad, seen some Hallmark, seen I think it's The Last Song with Miley Cyrus and her like husband or whatever. But most of the time it's like they don't feel super deep. Typically it's just like an exploration of a feel good, like that people can get out of the rut of not being with someone to be with someone. I feel like this movie does a really good job of finding a unique way to do that, which I can appreciate. Like, it's not the most unique thing to do, but I think the premise is fun enough that it pulled me right along, especially once we got off of Kate Winslet the first time and we got into, just kidding. Once we got the switch, that was when I was hooked on the movie. Before all the lead up, all the setup felt really unnatural to me, and it didn't feel like super real. When
they're in the chat room chatting with each other, I was like, it's 2006. This would only sound like both of you are straight up murderers. There was no such thing as like internet safety or like trusting the other person on the other end of the chat room in 2006.
Oh no, here's the thing is if this movie was made in 2019, Iris and Amanda would have fallen in love with each other. 100%.
Well, that's a take.
Okay. That's a hot take.
No, dead serious. That's the only way that could have happened.
So if Jack is short for John, does that mean his name is John Blonde?
No, because black is a word.
So is Jack.
Jack is a name.
That's true.
So you big Christmas guy, Isaac? You big Christmas fan?
I definitely am. I'm like, out of all the holidays, Christmas is the one that always spurs the most joy out of me. It's the thing that I always got like the most excited for. My family does pretty well of like celebrating it, so I always have really appreciated the Christmas time of year.
Yeah, it's just like, and I've had so many good things happen at Christmas. Like Tyler, who just ran away for the second time during this episode, Tyler got married during Christmas. He was married on December 16th. His anniversary is like next week.
Yeah, my dad's cousin did that. That she got married like over the winter season.
And it was incredibly like a magical time. Like we did like the send off and we all had fake snow and like we threw fake snow as they walked to like their Rolls Royce to drive away. And it was magical and like princessy, and like it's so easy to be happy during Christmas time. Even like, everybody feels compelled to give more and to be just better. I don't know, like it's a thing that people always say like, oh, you shouldn't just give at Christmas, but like at least they're doing it.
Yeah, I think it's just like, it's the cyclic time where once you give, it's not like you are immediately going to go back to it right away. Like it's not something sustainable that people can do every single day. of their lives. They can do it in small ways, but it's typically grand gestures are done in this time of year, other than like birthdays or anniversaries or something like that.
But also, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing to be in the giving spirit at Christmas, because, like, this is a time when people struggle. Like, people don't necessarily have money to buy gifts and stuff. And people are, you know, the homeless are more likely to have issues, and, you know, because it's cold. Like, it's winter, you know? Winter's hard. There's, you know, that used to be a real thing, that, like, your family was worried about surviving the winter. Like, luckily we live in a place where that's not particularly, you know, true anymore, and it still is in a lot of the world, where, like, the winter is still the months where you die because it's cold. And, like, you know, if people feel compelled to give more during this time of year, like, I'm certainly not going to stop them by any means. Is the real thing.
It's like, I think it's just a perfect time when it's...
You all didn't wait for me, did you?
No. We've been talking about the meaning of Christmas and the excitement of the holidays of giving.
Oh
we
my
literally
gosh.
have been talking about the meaning of Christmas, though. Like, that is legitimately, he was not kidding.
Well, that's exciting. Who are you most excited to buy a gift for this holiday season? This a whoop-de-doo.
I don't know. Like, there's no one specifically, but I just enjoy buying for my family. I'm doing more like experience things this Christmas. So that's kind
of your travel agency.
No, we're not going that crazy.
Isaac's a full miser now.
Mom, I bought you a cruise. Enjoy.
Isaac Ebenezer Carlson.
I mean, that would be a very exciting place to get to.
Poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December.
Mom, I didn't just buy you a cruise. I bought you the ship. It's the Mama Carlson.
Dude,
I changed the name. It's the Mama Bodelson.
Dude, my mom's name is Joy, so it just works so well as just it'd be the Joy.
You could literally change a freaking Royal Caribbean cruise ship to Joy of the Seas.
Oh goodness!
Because everything they do is blank of the seas.
Or you could just make it like the Carnival Joy.
I believe that is already a ship. You can tell your mom you bought the Carnival ship for her.
She'd be like, I'm really more of a Royal Caribbean type myself.
I really wish you'd gone for Norwegian. You know, with that all-inclusive booze.
We know how Isaac's mother is.
Oh, jeez. She's a decent woman.
Everybody's allowed to partake in a couple vices on vacay, Isaac. It's okay. Cut loose.
Oh, God. That's one of the things that I feel like just sounds so exciting about going on a cruise. Is just like, it's unlimited food.
There's no rules.
No, you can't be stopped.
I mean, I'm a cruise apologist. Like, I stan a cruise. I went on one cruise ever, and it was a great experience.
See, I've never been, but
I've never been on the boats.
Yeah.
I had my bachelor party was on a yacht. Does that count?
No.
The yacht did not leave the port.
When I was on a band trip in New York City, we went on a yacht and then went around and had like dinner on it and then went around the Statue of Liberty. That was pretty cool.
What did you play in the marching band?
What did you say?
What instrument did you play in the band?
Hold on,
don't tell me. Oh, I knew you were going to say trombone. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I could see it from a mile away. I was like, Isaac was definitely in the bone section, but at a school where that didn't mean that he was like super into hardcore drugs. That's Isaac. At a school where that meant that he was like cool and responsible.
Isaac played the trombone for us one time, didn't he?
Maybe.
Don't you have a P-bone in the house?
Yeah,
with
I
you?
do.
Yeah, you played the P-bone for us because I made you play the freaking the meme.
Oh,
the oven bangy thing.
That is kind of right though. That our school was kind of like the trombones were kind of the more uptightish, but it was like the first and second chair
at our school.
They were really on the nose. They both wanted to be like band teachers. Like there's so many kids that in my band that were like, we're going to be band teachers. We're going to have a high school band.
Was that you? Were you that kid?
No, I was not.
I was that kid 100 times over.
Dang, really?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
My freshman year of college, I was in the music program. So they tell you if you're going to be a music major to either know how to play piano or don't, and like learn when you get there. And I half took lessons prior to college. So then I slept through the first half of piano my first semester, but in the second half, like, caught up and passed what I was doing. And I just like, I was like, oh, but I know how to do this, so I don't need to practice. So I had a lot of trouble with that. And then I'm not tone deaf, but I'm also not as good at ear training as I probably should be. I definitely didn't work at it as bad as I needed to. But I did really well in music theory. I did really well in all of my like private trumpet courses. I just stood out in all of those things. But we went to Christopher Newport, which is a liberal arts college, so I had to take 2 like regular classes, and I had to take like English 123, and I don't even know what the other class was, but I like straight up failed both of them because I was like, oh, I'm a music major. I don't care about these stupid English classes.
I'm
That's
a music
stupid.
major.
I'm a music majors have it so hard. You have no idea what we go through every day. Okay.
Every single major where people are stressed. Always the stressed people think, I have the hardest major.
Right. Let me tell you something right now. I'll guarantee you that the music program is not easy, but none of college is easy if you do it the way that you're supposed to do it. If you like actually are out of class studying for that class for every 3 hours you spend in that class, you are busy all the time. And listen, I get it, music majors, that you also have like 15 classes a day when everybody else has 5. I hear you, but you're also not spending 3 hours on each of those classes every day. So just everybody take a chill pill. But the music program was challenging and I failed it. So clearly you're doing something better than I can, dear music major. But it was funny now. When I went to college, I did my music audition. I auditioned for 5 schools and I got into 4 schools, and I applied to 5 schools and I got into the same 4 schools that I got into for auditions. And at Christopher Newport, I went in, and Dr. Mark Reimer, who's still there, he's my fraternity brother now. He was the one that was like doing my audition, and he looked at my grades and he goes, how did you get in here? And I was like this is before I played music for him, right? So I'm like, ah! And then he like flips the sheet and he sees my SAT scores and he's like, oh, okay, well, what are you playing today? And if you knew Dr. Reimer, he's big guy, tuba player, and he calls everyone star, and he's a big personality. He's a robust personality.
If they told me
stars,
if they told me eventually that it had been a secret all along that Dr. Reimer was actually Santa Claus, I would believe
I was going to say, like, Dr. Reimer looks like what Ron White would look like if he was Santa Claus.
Wow.
He does have the Ron White haircut.
He does, yeah.
But he's just so different from, like, I can't see Ron White, or I can't see Dr. Reimer being like, saying anything that Ron White would say.
We were on a plane the size of a pack of gum with wings.
It's going to take us all the way to the scene of the crash.
It's just crazy. We're going to get there 30 minutes before the paramedics.
Oh, man. I love this movie. Every time I watch this movie, it comes on all the freaking time every Christmas. So I've seen this movie probably like 15 or 20 times. Just like my mom loves it, so I've like always watched it. And so every time it comes on at Christmas, I'm just like, man, this is such a delight. This movie is delightful. Filled with delight.
You know what's crazy?
What?
How good this movie is. This 2006, 49% on Rotten Tomatoes. We're still talking about it. Isn't that something?
It's still, it's still prevalent. I watch it every year.
You watch it every single year?
It comes on all the time. I literally just said that. Thank you for listening.
I was listening. It comes on all the time. Your mom loves it and you watch it. How did you watch it, Ethan? Did you pay for it or did you watch it on Televisor?
I paid for
Isaac?
it.
I watched it through the Freeform app.
I also watched it through the Freeform app.
I guess I don't have the Freeform app.
I logged in through my mother-in-law's Verizon Fios account and I watched it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is I don't have cable.
Yeah, my parents have cable.
And the things have not started acknowledging YouTube TV as a cable provider.
They have not. No, that is true.
Oh, that stinks.
Which they should, because it's a cable provider. No, I paid to watch it. I only watched it in standard definition though. I saved a buck.
So you missed some wrinkles.
No, it just upstreams to HD anyway. It's a movie made outside the last 10 years. It was never HD to begin with.
You were never HD to begin with. Yeah, I said what I said.
Overall, I would say that I did enjoy the Cameron Diaz and Jude Law relationship more. I feel like I agree that their chemistry was like really consistent throughout the whole movie, even when they went through the ups and downs.
No, I 100% agree. But my favorite part about this movie is Arthur.
I was very surprised that was like the main thing that Kate Winslet / Iris was doing throughout the majority of the movie. Was not actually finding a man, which I think was important for her and for like an interesting way of like showing how she could take care of
That's
someone.
the thing is
and
she doesn't find the man until she loves herself first.
Ooh, wow, look at that. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
This
that
man's
she
so
finds
deep.
it.
He's so deep. Ethan Edshill. You should
But
write
also,
a book.
I do think it was kind of cool. They were listening to when
End of the
Jack
Road
Black pulls
by
up the
Boyz
first
II
time.
Men.
What? No.
End of the Road by Boyz II Men.
When and obviously this was not like an accident, but when Jack Black and his girlfriend pull up at the beginning, when we're first introduced to his character, he's listening to the Ennio Morricone score of a movie that Eli Wallach was in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he was a big, like, Eli Wallach was a big, like, spaghetti western star with Clint Eastwood. I mean, he obviously wasn't Clint Eastwood, but he's in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies. He's the ugly in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't know who this person was. I'll be 100% honest with you. I wish I did.
just thought he was an old man.
I was actually watching the movie. I was like, oh, is this guy even somebody, or was this his like first acting gig?
No, it was like he used to be an actor. He's pretty much playing a true to life character. He wasn't a screenwriter,
Gotcha.
but he was an actor that was,
okay.
you know, sort of
I thought
forgotten
it was
by time.
Interesting. I've watched like a few YouTube analysis videos about like how Hollywood will praise like golden age of Hollywood, and I thought it was interesting how when Kate Winslet asked Arthur about that he was like, oh, it was better, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting, because you know some people like to deconstruct that the golden age of Hollywood wasn't actually that golden, that any golden age is really never that golden.
It's pretty, but that's the thing though, is it's pretty freaking golden for the people that are living through it.
True. Yeah, that
It's
if
like
you're
you talk
huge
about
in it.
Yeah, you watch The Dirt, the movie about Motley Crue, and it's like, yeah, it ended up badly for them, but they had a lot of fun while it was happening.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's just
true.
like it's like the Roaring '20s. It's any golden age, but if you want a
We're
great
about to
movie
enter them roaring 20s.
yeah, for the second time around, big band jazz coming back. But yeah, if you want a good movie about the golden age of Hollywood, you should watch Hail Caesar by Joel Ian Cohen. It's a phenomenal
my God.
movie.
Joel, oh my gosh. Hail Caesar is excellent.
Absolutely phenomenal movie.
I also want to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That one looks fun.
I have not seen it yet. I missed it in theaters just because I was doing other things, and it was like 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
Yep.
This movie was 2 hours and 18 minutes long, and I'll tell you the truth. The first hour, I was like, wow, man, this is just paced great. We just got right through this. And the second hour and 18 minutes, I was like, oh my God, just end the freaking movie.
I disagree with that. I thought it was paced wonderfully.
Yeah, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It was
I
late.
think you've
I
just
did have to get up early today.
romanticized short movies so much at this point. It's like part of
You
your
know,
brand.
it is part of my brand. People know that. Like, I feel like if somebody was to be like, "Hey, Tyler, I need you to come to my film premiere," it is. I just want to let you know it's an hour and 45 minutes. Is that too long? I would probably be like, "Yeah, that's totally fine." But I appreciate the hustle. Thank you for listening to the show. And yes, I will be there at your thing.
Yeah, it's like when we reviewed Klaus, somebody was like, "Oh man, it's only an hour and 20 minutes long." But Tyler loved this movie just for that.
I did. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
What do you think slowed down the holiday? Like, was there a moment where you realized?
I think, yes, the kids not being a conflict. I felt like we went through that, and then we had to introduce like a new. It's like, oh, he's got kids. Oh, but that's not really a bad thing. Okay.
I mean, I still think
what's
I
the
still think that
problem
scene
with
was
this
weird.
relationship?
Like, that scene doesn't really ring in 2019 when she spends the wonderful evening with the kids, and then it's just like, so why didn't you tell me, the girl you slept with once, about the kids?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I agree that it also it didn't really develop the relationship at all, other than that she was accepting him to a great degree, and so they were both very compatible with each other, other than that they just had the long distance issue. But I don't think
it seemed
that
like
was
she had
played
enough
well.
money that if she wanted to move to England or do her job from England, I don't think that would have been like a particularly.
That's kind of exactly what I was thinking. I was like, well,
Right.
like what
Are you a
job does he
video editor?
need to do? Yeah, like pretty sure there's newspapers in LA.
There might be. I know that in this movie they read one.
It literally, Iris works for a newspaper.
Yeah. Now it would be a blog company, and they'd all be in there like beanbags,
Pumping out viral. Yeah, pumping
Is
out
that how it really
viral.
happens, though? Like, there's companies that make the trailers? That does not seem like how that happens.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that seems so wild to me.
No, I think basically what happens, even in this reality, is it's not a company that makes the trailers, but like she is known for taking a film with her team and like turning it into a good trailer, and she just like gets put onto a contract for that movie the same way any of the actors would.
Yeah, that just seems not the way it's done, though. That doesn't seem possible.
So you think like the people who make the films make the trailers? That can't be right.
That has to be it.
I think it's people internally that are doing it.
Yeah.
But I think that's something to say, though, is that could it be that these people shop around at companies just like they currently do? Like animators hop around, directors do.
You know what's wild? This movie threw into sharp relief. They just don't do the trailer voice anymore.
No.
It just doesn't happen. It's not like, coming this summer, Sonic is back for a live action adventure.
Yeah, no, they just don't do that. They just...
I do love the part where the guy narrates Amanda's life, but I don't think they did it. They either did it too much or not enough.
Oh yeah, where they turned her life into a trailer.
Like, it's weird. It's weird whenever somebody has a narrator, but not everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a bit of a jarring thing that I didn't get. I mean, it paid off in the end, but like when it first happened, it was just kind of a weird.
It way threw me out.
Yeah,
Lindsay Lohan and James Franco. I thought that was hilarious.
I do want to see that movie.
I don't think it exists.
Why do you happen to have two guns? I just thought one wasn't going to be enough. Oh, man. What a film.
How do you film your trailers, Isaac? When you finish a video and you're like, all right, time to make a trailer for this video. This is a 20-minute video. I need a 20-minute trailer. How do you...
When was the last time you saw a 20-minute trailer?
When was the last time you saw a 20-minute Isaac Carlson video? It was like last week. Thank you very much.
It was.
Yeah, but when was the last time you saw a 20-minute trailer for anything?
I don't know. Shane Dawson. Would be. This summer, James Charles and Shane Dawson. We're going to do 20 minutes of this voice.
The interview that no one asked for.
Oh, I think a lot of people have asked for that one. Yeah, oh yeah.
I wouldn't. I hate Shane Dawson.
Whoa.
I think hate is a stretch. I haven't seen a single Shane Dawson video since I think he made a video with a Miley Cyrus cutout in 2007. And I watched that.
The thing is, I did not like Shane Dawson when he was relevant the first time, and I do not like Shane Dawson now that he is just the internet shit slinger.
Okay, so I mean, the thing is, I've watched the series. I watched TanaCon. That was the first one I watched. When all of that was going down, I was curious about what the full story was. So I watched that Shane Dawson video, watched the Jake Paul one, and then went back and watched a few other ones and currently watched the newest Jeffree Star one. But I mean, I've got my critiques of some of the things he does. There's certain parts that feel a little too over exaggerated. Sometimes his newest series kind of played a little too just an advertisement when it concluded. But overall, I enjoy what he does. I think it's kind of cool what he's been able to create on YouTube.
I do think it's cool. I have not.
He really seems to glorify a lot of trash people like Tana Mongo and Jeffree Star.
I don't know Tana Mongo or Jeffree Star. I don't know anything about these people. I take your word for it that they're trash, but I genuinely don't know anything about them.
See, that's the thing. I've been able to catch up with that part of culture. I mean, I also watch the David Dobrik vlog, so I kind of, keep my ear to that. I watched the first Logan Paul versus KSI fight. I'm kind of in that.
I like David Dobrik way
realm.
better than. To me, David Dobrik does more to spread joy in the world than Shane Dawson wishes he could.
If I was going to rank them, I would probably say David Dobrik, but yeah. But I mean, the thing is Tyler and Tyler's whole family was like, Isaac, do you watch the Great British Bake Off and the Food Network? And I'm like, no, but Tyler doesn't watch the Shane Dawson series, so we're just in different parts of the pop culture realm at times.
I also don't watch the Great British Bake Off, so
okay, then it was just Jonathan.
I like some of those shows sometimes, but I get very bored by plotless TV shows.
That's understandable, man. I don't really do what is it? God, I can't even think of it.
To be fair,
reality TV.
Part of the reason I don't like Jeffree Star is he was directly mean to me in person at Warped Tour in 2009.
Really?
Yeah, it was just a very unpleasant, I wasn't even a fan. I didn't really know who this guy was. He just went out of his way to be like, I'm famous, pay attention to me, random kid.
Jeez. Okay. Yep.
I've just never really had a good Jeffree Star impression after that.
Yep. I've only witnessed the third person perspective from the Shane Dawson series.
I was looking at something on this might have been a fever dream, so I don't know that it's real, but I was looking at something about different big parts of, no, it was the YouTube Rewind 2019. which was, I don't know, it was okay, I guess.
Haven't watched
I didn't hate it, which was, it's like a Watch Mojo top 10 video. It's super simple, but those are okay. I did not realize how small a part of YouTube beauty vloggers was. Like the top channel or the top views or something was astonishingly low. I mean, not low, obviously it was bigger than anything that I could ever create, but I would have thought that these videos had like billions of views, and the top video had, I don't even know what it was. I can find out, but it was less than I would have thought.
Wait, so you were surprised by how small the beauty videos were?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the thing about them is that they might not get like 20 or 30 million views per video, but if you go through like James Charles videos or Jeffree Star's videos, they all get around 10 million views per video.
I definitely don't doubt that. Wait, hold on. Jeffree Star's videos get 10 million views?
Yeah.
Per video?
Per video. Like it's multiple millions every time.
No. Really? I'm on James Charles's channel right now, just happenstance, and holy crap, yeah, 34 million views on multiple videos. This is like the top down.
Okay, for instance, I just pulled up Jeffree Star's like upload schedule. Like 3 weeks ago, well, it goes 7.5 million, 10 million, 10 million, 9.4 million, 15 million, 10 million as the most recent uploads. So it is a
better delete that
substantial
9.4 million right there.
Yeah, if you're not getting 10 million in 30 days, then what's the point of even trying?
My thing is now it's like we've rapidly increased the population of like, it went from like men wear makeup to like it's cool for men to wear makeup to like men are making makeup to now women aren't allowed to make makeup anymore.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that shift as well, that it was like, wow, a lot of the top selling beauty brands are not based around women. Like women aren't the ones who are breaking the records currently.
No, it's not even that. It's like all of a sudden they like turned on female content creators who make makeup.
Oh, you're not just like noticing the trend. It was like there's some like trend that was going on.
Yeah.
That people are turning. Interesting. Shoot, I didn't see any of that.
Like it went quick on Rihanna because it went from like, man, Fenty is incredible. You know, they make shades of all skin colors, and then it was all like, well, Jeffree Star makes makeup, so screw Rihanna. Rihanna's a woman making makeup. How dare she? And I know I'm going to catch heat from this because we definitely have some beauty stands in the fan base that are just like big. Like
our Discord has a makeup dedicated channel,
and they love Jeffree Star, even though he continues to be problematic and a terrible person.
Again, I've watched
the same videos too, guy. So. I'm not sold.
Here was my mistake. I'm looking at I'm rewatching YouTube Rewind right now, and James Charles makeup tutorial in Espanol is the most liked beauty video at 1.6 million, which is far more impressive than 1.6 million views, which is what I was thinking it was. So that is where the disconnect was.
The fact that James Charles got canceled and then was just like, I'm not canceled, is incredible to me.
Yeah, it's
that just doesn't happen in any other circle.
Well,
like once you're canceled, you're canceled for any reason. Doesn't matter whether it's true or not.
That's not always the case. I think on YouTube, people are a lot stickier than in old media. Like Matt Lauer gets canceled. Where do you see Matt Lauer ever again? Like you kind of don't.
But
on YouTube, they can just keep posting.
Apple TV show about how Matt Lauer is still canceled.
But it's like it's like one person is like, and not that I'm saying we shouldn't believe people by any means, but like one person says like, oh, some band member, assaulted me or whatever. That band's canceled and gone, and their music's all Spotify within like 34 minutes. There's no trial. There's nothing. It's just gone. You're canceled forever.
I will say with YouTube though, it's not just like it's other creators have been able to bounce back. Logan Paul has bounced back.
Logan Paul should still be canceled too.
Yeah. I agree with you. He's a terrible person.
People are trying to cancel him too. So yeah, it's.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like the cancel culture thing.
I mean, Shane Paul. Didn't Shane Dawson say he was gonna have sex with a cat? Wasn't that like a real thing that happened? I know it was a long time ago, but like you gotta delete those videos, man. Yeah. That's the thing. Is like you gotta go back and make those videos private. It's like there are bands that get away with having a problematic song in the catalog, but you just don't play it anymore. Like you don't continue to play that song live. Mm-hmm. But then, like, I feel like YouTubers all the time get taken down by, like, old videos. It's like, dude, you said that. Like, just delete the video. No one's going to notice if you delete a video from 2009.
I mean, the thing is that, like, if you were doing this for 10 years, will you remember your points about Thor?
I mean, no, but like
hold on.
at the point that we
Isaac, I don't know my points about Thor now.
Yeah,
I don't have a clue what I said about.
I also know.
I don't know what I said about the holiday.
Well, I pulled up a video I made about Frozen because I was writing a script about like Frozen 2, and I was like, man, that was a really weird intro. Like, I can't believe that was my intro. Well, no. I didn't do anything like that. It was just a much different than the way I currently do it. And like sometimes you forget like the shifts, the way you like do things. Cause like as someone who, doesn't really have a lot of overhead in the creation process, you can really just throw in or change things as you want, as you guys know.
I mean, we change stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. We introduce segments that happen one time that we're like, this is a weekly thing that never happens again.
We have changed what the hash browns are. We have all but done away with Sunday brunch, although there should be one coming out towards the end of the year.
There will be a Christmas brunch, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's about that time. Not quite that time, but it's about that time.
Isaac, speaking of videos, let's talk about a thing that is about to possibly affect you forever.
Okay. Oh, copper! The coppers are coming for you. That's all I think of every time. Quick question. So, why does this? No, hold on. Yeah, what is it? But also, why does this exist? But there can still be ads on like Nickelodeon.
Okay, that's a good question to begin it. So,
why does Disney still
COPPA is the Child Online Privacy Protection Act.
COPPA.
Yes. That was created in the 1990s and was a set of rules that pretty much said that children needed to be protected so that their information could not be easily accessible to other people, and that parents should have control of that and give permission when someone was looking to collect information about children. So, a few years later, 2019, and around this time, YouTube gets sued by the FTC because they were collecting data on children. And so how that works is that YouTube services targeted ads to videos. And that's the main way people make money on YouTube through ads, is through targeted ads. And so those are based on viewers' behaviors and what type of products that they seem that they might be interested in based on everything that they do online. That's different from contextualized ads. And those are just based on the content that is being presented. So that's how it's legal for Disney and cable companies to advertise to children on there, is because they just know children are watching. So they didn't collect any data on those children other than this is a content made for kids. So we're going to put a toy ad next to or in between this episode of a child's show. So the issue is not really like anything about the content. It's mainly just about you can't use children's information and without a parent's permission. And so that's the issue that's going on. But the weird thing is it gets weird because obviously a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old doesn't make their own YouTube account. They didn't buy an iPad. Their parents are giving them that. And to make a YouTube account, you have to say that you're above the age of 13. So there's all these weird things where it's like, wait, why is it the content creator's issue? And that was one of the things that is coming up now, is that the FTC is saying that YouTubers, people that have a YouTube channel, they're considering that as your own personal website. And since you have targeted ads on your videos, then you're collecting data on kids. But it gets weird because of the whole, it stinks for content creators because we know you're not supposed to be on the site unless you're above the age of 13. And if parents are giving kids the ability to be on YouTube main, then shouldn't that count as giving them permission? But currently, that is not the case. So
that's the thing with stuff about kids is it's everybody else's fault.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the kids can't be at fault.
Well, no, but it's also not the parents' fault ever.
Yeah, it's that the
blame
website.
Blame the creator, not the parent, is the mentality.
Yeah.
So a step further into this, what is the problem with contextualized ads? Like you saying, like YouTube just putting a button in and you saying this content may be enjoyed by children ages for human beings ages 8 to 25, because I feel like that's generally the target audience for your content. Or on the flip side of that, and now you have contextualized ads. Right now, Barbie ads can be in the middle of your video or before your video because you have said like, oh, I know kids are going to watch this, so you advertise to them that way. Or flippity floppity, why not just put F-150 ads in your videos and just like that be the end of it? Or will Ford just not pay for that? Well, because people won't buy F-150s if they're advertised to 6-year-olds.
That contextualized ads pay 60 to 90% less than targeted ads, because they are not getting served to people who are likely to actually buy the product. Is that there's less certainty that people will actually convert to sales based on contextualized ads. So AdSense would drop significantly if you said, oh yeah, because that's part of the implementation, is that currently you have to mark your videos as made for kids or not made for kids. And if you label your content as made for kids, then you will only be served ads that will pay less. You will no longer there's rumors that you will no longer be recommended to people, that you can't have comments. You won't be able to have videos and playlists. People won't be able to put you into your watch later. There's all of these things that are going on because those all have to do with cookies and tracking the data around videos and those users. So all of those settings would be stripped away. Oh, you also wouldn't be able to have notifications. So people wouldn't be notified when you post a video under this if you label your stuff as made for kids, because they would have to, because they algorithmically decide what notifications get sent to people. So all of those settings would be turned off. Yeah.
It seems weird to me. Now, somebody who has grown up, in the Carlson family, we have always been advised that if you were going to make content online, like from our parents and from the people that, we've grown up from, that it should be family friendly and that it should be for anybody that wants to watch it. Like ideally, like it should include children in the audience base. It seems weird to me that like the flip side of this COPPA thing is that channels that swear or channels that are like making more adult content are, by virtue of not being kid friendly, succeeding. Like the system is working in their favor. Like, because in my mind, it's like, oh, you don't want to swear on your podcast, you don't want to swear in your YouTube videos because it's going to be harder to make money because you're not going to get sponsorships because it looks bad on that brand. But now it's like, oh, you better start swearing in every video so that you can market it to adults.
Well, that's one big fear, that kids aren't going to stop watching YouTube. But if content that is directed towards kids can no longer be on the platform, then either creators will have to leave or they'll have to make something else that is clearly more adult, which means that all of the content on YouTube will become more steered for adults so that they can prove, if sued, that they are trying to direct content that's not for kids. Now, one even further extension of the FTC's, the Federal Trade Commission, want to do for COPPA is change it to child attractive. So extending the reach of this legislation so that even if it's not intended for an audience of children, if it appears that it could attract a child, then these regulations would be placed on them and they would be available to be sued. So there's even talks of extending this further.
Now, is this the result of like a genuine concern from parents, or is this the result of like the cable lobby being like, oh my God, YouTube, go the heck away?
It's almost certainly got to be the second one.
So on the books, it's 20 child advocacy groups all came together, talked to the FTC, and then the FTC investigated YouTube. Now, that's the thing.
But
how
who's paying
did
those
they
groups?
get tipped off? Yeah, who got them excited about this? Now,
I mean,
I'm
it cannot
not
physically
trying to
be
do
any
it,
different than the smoking battle, though. Like we're leaving cigarettes on the shelves because the tobacco companies are waging a war against. Like they're discontinuing Juul pods because vaping kills people.
Yes.
But we're leaving cigarettes on the shelves.
Yes.
It's not hard to see the track there.
Yeah, the hypocrisy is
clearly
sound.
Somebody is,
Because cable's in a tailspin.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe they're not going after Netflix, though. That seems like the bigger juggernaut to me. I guess they're worried about the next generation, but
the thing
the
about
content
Netflix
on Netflix is still rated,
well,
though.
It's one, rated, two, they don't serve targeted ads, that it's a subscription service. So once you pay to get in, it doesn't matter if kids are constantly on the platform getting recommended things. They're paying for a subscription, and that's all it is.
Right, like Game of Thrones
so they're not
was on
using their info.
Game of Thrones is crazy because it was on HBO. HBO can do whatever they want. It's a paid service. That's always been the case. It's like paid cable can do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
Especially
so
like
now,
single subscription channels like HBO and Cinemax and stuff.
Yes.
Non-packaged channels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just kind of left a lot of content creators uncertain about the future. The reality is that every child-directed channel can't be sued, but they've made a lot of threats towards content creators that they're going to cull through the 20 million channels that are active on YouTube and will be coming at them like a fish in a barrel. So these are the things that they've been talking about. So it's been a stressful time, but I agree that it just seems wild too. That it just doesn't seem like this is the next step forward for YouTube. This doesn't, it feels like a very out of left field and very restrictive piece of legislation.
At the same time, YouTube's been the single player for 13 years now, completely unchecked.
But I wouldn't say completely unchecked.
The problem is that
Pretty
even if you
completely
made a
unchecked.
YouTube competitor, there would still be the issue of how if we could pay creators anything without targeted ads.
I mean, you could go to WatsoVideos.com, upload videos, and put them behind a paywall.
Here's the thing, though. Companies still want these ads to run.
Yes.
So the only thing that's ever proven to have more force than the government is commerce.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the thing is that like the advertising on social media is still way cheaper than old media, even though old media does not convert people as well as new media. It's a very weird world.
Right, and like every ad person knows that. I have a funny feeling that advertisers are still going to find a way to get money in the hands of creators.
I think the ad lobby is going to find their way into all of this.
Not that I'm telling anybody not to worry about this, but it is definitely a thing that we're kind of going to have to see what it looks like in practice.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see what it'll be like in a few years. Some people that make content about helping people grow their YouTube channels are saying that this is just showing a weakness in your own businesses, and that this is going to be the make or break moment if you decide that you're going to be an entrepreneur. And I mean, it just seems like kind of a harsh way to describe this, given that you can't really decide when government legislation will occur.
Right. If your passion project is the content that you create and not building businesses as an entrepreneur, then this is going to suck.
Because let me tell you guys, if we were going to build a business, obviously we'd have to teach people how to make a blog, because those people make literally millions of dollars a year with like courses and all of these like crazy things. There's like the ability to teach people how to make something on their own. After you've already established yourself making something, it's like millions of dollars going to these companies. It's wild.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I know. We have looked into this.
For sure. And this the thing is like YouTube is an interesting subject in this, because like in the realm of podcasting, like us not creating content that is specifically adult driven is driving our revenue down. Like shows that are adult driven are more revenue generating at specific popularity marks, because they're, a lot of our audience doesn't have the resources to give on Patreon the way that like 27 to 40-year-old drunk white women do.
Right. Like, we don't target true crime, the true crime market, and the true crime market has money.
Yeah, like the true crime market is donating on Patreon much more than the like 18-year-old kid market is.
Well, that's
being said, our audience is the best audience.
The best audience, for sure. Not complaining about anybody in our audience. It's just like you definitely see people, like the people that make adult-themed podcasts make so much money because like adults have money to give more than anybody else. They have more money than me.
Yeah, that is the one thing that I have continuously went back to when I've tried to think of diversifying business, like my business with Watso Videos, is the fact is that my audience is mainly targeted around people that are my age. And most people that are in their 30s are people that are in debt, and they're people that are like often not thriving, as we've been describing as the adult segment. And so how do you make a product for people that don't have the money to buy random products all the time?
Well, right. And the thing I think that it's tough to grasp in our market. This is why I think what you did is so smart, Isaac, and the way you diversified is I feel like for a lot of people, like big companies have a better relationship. We talked about this not too long ago with Disney, is that Disney has a better relationship with their fans than other big companies. But Disney also has a better relationship with their fans than like I'm able to. They have like staffs and teams of people whose job it is to make sure that you love Disney because you love Disney. Right? Mm-hmm. So, like...
Right, that a movie getting moved from Netflix to Disney Plus means you watch it because it got moved to Disney Plus.
Right, and they have
Psychosis.
Teams of people that are, like, focused on retention and things like that. And little me obviously cannot compete with Disney. Disney can get somebody, including myself, to spend, like, $4,000 on a week literally just to spend the money like on their products and on their services. But the thought of me asking my fans or of Bacon and Eggs listeners, even though we've spent so much time with them in their car, or whatever they do, if somebody's like a massive fan of the show, asking them to spend more than $40 for a sweatshirt once a year seems ludicrous to me,
And see, here's my thing about like, and this is why I'm kind of glad right now that I do a podcast, because like, there's no possible way they could accuse us to advertising to children. We can't advertise to children because people that make child-friendly products don't run podcast ads.
Well, and like, again, if you have an ad, it would be contextualized.
Yeah, no 12-year-olds are buying mattresses or Blue Apron or blue light glasses or anything. They're not buying stamps.
You can go to audibletrial.com/eggs for a month free on us.
And I mean, that's another thing too, is that it's like, well, is there something that I care about just as much as Disney that's more geared towards adults that makes more sense for like affiliate links and, that like, all of that side of the business that could exist? And there's certain things that I get excited about, but typically, if it's going to be something that I have to spend hours and hours in a day doing, it's typically Disney. And maybe that's just, I haven't really tried doing it yet, but it's also difficult to, like, want to, well, maybe I should try doing this for, another, like a half decade and see where that goes, while I try to do this, into doing it for 5 years. Like, it's so weird because none of this stuff grows quick. So it's not like you can be agile in the moment, but if you want anything to see the growth long term, you have to do it for a few years.
Yes. That's the truth with day jobs too.
Yeah, if you bounce from job to job every 6 months, you're probably just never going to be happy.
Yeah. Yep. As the only one in this conversation who has a day job, it is an interesting life, especially when you have a passion project on the side. I really enjoy my day job. I genuinely do, but that's not to say that, like, do I ever feel like it gets in the way of this? Yes, absolutely. Do I ever feel like this gets in the way of that? Yes, absolutely. But it's it's just part of the reality. You got to do what you got to do to survive. If I believed that if I quit my day job tomorrow that, within 6 months I could support my family on bacon and eggs, I would do it. I just don't believe that I could do it. And not because I don't think that I know how. It's just, like you said, growing something like this takes time.
And that's been the constant struggle, especially for Tyler's come to me with this many times throughout our time doing bacon and eggs. He's like, if we quit right now, how can we make this successful in 6 months? It's like, there's not enough that you can do for the show short of making an episode every day that will blow your podcast up to the point where you're going to make sustainable living.
Well, and that's always the thing.
You can try all you want to get on, like, the BuzzFeed's top list of the 50 best podcasts. The BuzzFeed's list of top 50 podcasts, or whatever, whatever it is that actually propels your show to the top, and gets people actually listening.
In the spirit of proper journalism,
order to do that,
if the spirit of proper journalism, BuzzFeed doesn't let you buy your way on there. So
right, and in order to succeed at that, you need to be doing it organically, and you need to be doing it like you need to be living your life and succeeding. And it's a headache. But
recently, I thought about how I could make different podcasts about my other passions, and I was sitting here like, how do I do a photography podcast?
Click, click.
How do you do a podcast about things you look at?
Ooh.
We do a podcast about things we look at, but we do a podcast about things with, like, there's only so much I could be like, this photo tells a story, and I'm going to tell that story without you seeing the photo.
Yeah. Then it just seems like it has to be a video form of some kind. But, like, one thing I going off the point of you have to post it every single day, that's kind of how I've noticed as well on YouTube, is that, like, there's certain channels, like Star Wars channels, for example. Those are often ones that have, like, blown up, and so many of them, all the comics ones as well, they'll post every single day. And it's like, and I've thought about doing that, but I just can't conceptualize being able to do that on my own every single day.
I mean, the crazy thing, you're one-man show, that would be insane, but, like, the crazy thing that blows my mind when I think about, Ethan and I have talked about, like, okay, if we had an office, what would our days look like? And it was like, okay, well, you get to work at 8 and you watch a movie, and then at 10 you have like a snack, and then at 11 you record until 1, and then you have lunch, and then in the afternoon you edit and upload, and you do all the promos and stuff. And it's like,
and then you have 4 days left in the week.
Or you do that again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But, like, it's just not possible. When we did Toy Story, we did like 4 episodes in a row. every single day of the week. And it was like
gassed by the end of that.
Yeah, you're like, especially because this is a comedy-driven show. You put out 8 hours of comedy content in 4 days. That's a lot.
Because you don't have time to go out and live and have things to happen to you to be funny about.
Right, you don't have observations to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I completely get it. Like,
you have to be making one episode of 5 different shows.
Yeah. Every day.
It'd be brutal. Like yesterday, I wrote like 2 scripts in a day, and then today I was like, well, I need to like finish up, like fine tune the second one, then record both of them, and then still edit and publish it. And by the end of it, like I was just dragging my feet. I only recorded one of them and posted one of them, and it's just like you just can't. Like, while I do believe that like anyone can actually execute on this at scale, I feel like to have fun and be passionate about it throughout the whole thing, like you have to have some breathing room.
Oh, I think it's definitely more like, is it more important to you? This was like a realization for me growing up. When I was selling cars, the whole conversation with management and with leadership, the entire time you were doing it was like, how do we take you from somebody who sells 10 to 15 cars a month to somebody who sells 40? And I can tell you right now, Isaac, just to put scale on that, there are like 5 dudes in the country selling 40 cars a month. And that's probably not true, but they wanted to scale you to a point where you were like, it was your entire existence to be the very best at it all the time.
Yeah.
And then you'd meet the 5 or 6 people who actually are this way, and they're like PewDiePie, where it is entirely an X Factor thing. It has absolutely nothing to do with work ethic. It is like this person, like lightning strikes on this person.
Right, they go in there
every
like,
day.
I will sell your car.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's literally PewDiePie. He sells more cars than anyone else. So it was always this conversation of like, well, you know, is it okay with you to be making $50,000 a year? I mean, don't you want to be the top salesman and making $300,000 a year? And it's like, well, one, that's the best in the country at this is $300,000. That seems awfully low.
Yeah, because nobody making $1 million works for someone else.
Right. True. And 2, $50,000 is a pretty decent amount of money. I can raise a family on that.
That gives me money to spend on the side and do my passion projects.
Right. Exactly. So
that's the thing. That's what I love about content creation in the way that we do it, especially podcasts, is that it's just not a competition at all.
No, other podcasters are the nicest people in the world.
Because they know the more that everybody else succeeds, the more they succeed. The more people listen to podcasts, the more people will listen to a podcast.
Correct. Additionally, I am just not going to have a bigger podcast than Joe Rogan.
No, but it's like everybody, that's the thing is like, I'm out here doing, the same way Joe Rogan's doing work for me, I'm out here doing work for Joe Rogan. Because like, there's plenty of people that we get, especially because we work with so many YouTubers, we bring people in, we're their first podcast ever. For a lot of people.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who listen to like 8, 9, 10 different podcasts now because they started with Bacon and Eggs. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm out here doing work for Joe Rogan. Maybe it's not making a huge dent in his numbers, but like, I'm at the front line just like he is. He's bringing people into podcasts that will eventually find their way to me. Somebody's going to come into Discord one day and be like, my first ever podcast I listened to was the Joe Rogan Experience.
I mean, that's going to be a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like somebody has to, with the podcast thing, they will stay in the door if somebody gets them in the door.
Yeah, it's the best medium.
Yeah. I listened to like 9,000 minutes of music this year or whatever, and like I would love to see. I'm thinking about moving my podcast listening to Spotify just so I could see my year-end rap next year.
I actually thought about the exact same thing.
I would love it if Overcast gave me a year-end rap. It's like you listened to 460 episodes of My Brother, and Me this year. I'd be like, I did that. I did do that.
Yeah. Whoops.
That's like 500 hours.
I think Overcast has a stats button.
Do they? I have Overcast Premium or whatever. We also need to wrap this show.
We do, because we got to do our other show.
Yeah, we got to do our other show. The show after the show. All right, let's wrap the show then.
Okay, well then wrap the show. Do the big board. This movie is okay. 2020 movie ratings. Is it better than Hokusai Pokusai? Yes.
Yes.
Is it better than She's El Hombre? Yes. Ella está el hombre.
One day Tyler's going to learn the difference between Sarah and a star.
Ella es el hombre. It is not better than Zombieland. Okay.
Wow, I'm surprised you said that.
Oh.
Tyler didn't like Zombieland.
Oh, really?
Okay. Did you like it better than Zombieland?
I love this
What's
movie.
above Zombieland?
I love both of them.
Jumanji, the original Jumanji.
It's not better than the original Jumanji.
No. Yeah.
Isaac, you should watch Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. It is delightful.
Okay, so we'll go above Zombieland.
I mean, we can go below Zombieland. I'm just surprised that you said that.
What's the name of this movie?
The Holiday. I almost said
Holiday.
Love Actually.
I almost said The Proposal. So,
Oof, close. Close, but no cigar.
okay.
The villain
breakfast
ranking.
food for this movie. A villain rank. Who's the villain? Woman versus self?
Amanda's Emotions.
Yes.
Jasper Bloom.
I feel like the dude that played Jasper looked too much like Jude Law. I had
Rufus
a real
Sewell?
problem with that. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. They looked very similar.
I'm glad that you agree because I was really scared Ethan was going to be like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." They look completely different when I said that out loud.
I wasn't gonna say. I would never say it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Tyler. You keep threatening that I'm gonna say things like this, and I just don't.
Ethan,
but they
I don't
but,
know.
But they don't look
Isaac,
anything alike, and I know who both of them are.
Isaac, can you tell? Is Ethan completely green to you, Isaac? That's my question.
Oh, he is absolutely completely great.
Okay, cool. He's been that way for me for like 20 minutes.
Oh,
and
Isaac's
I
been
keep
frozen
yeah.
for half an hour.
Oh.
I'm looking. Hold on, let me send you guys a picture because it's hilarious. But I am looking at a picture of Isaac, just like mid exclamation.
Oh, jeez.
Hang on, I'm just gonna show you on the camera because I don't have Isaac's phone number. Look at that.
It's all green.
Is it
all I'm
green?
seeing is
Dang
green.
it.
Yeah. You're.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to send it in the chat.
Well, yeah, but then I got to get it to my computer somehow. I'm just gonna send it to you in a Discord message, Isaac.
right.
Oh, I guess I could take a screenshot. How do I take a screenshot?
I just go to Snip and Sketch.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I use
That's
that
like
a lot.
an automatically installed program.
Snip and sketch.
Yep. So then you just snip it.
Hit new.
You sketch
yeah.
it and you
Yep.
copy and paste it.
Yeah, exactly.
I use that at work 100 times a day.
I just hit copy.
Me too.
You
Yeah, then
control
you
C.
just copy it over it, and then just
Apparently, I don't do
put
that.
your.
It's not letting me paste.
Control V.
No, it's not letting me paste in Skype.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just like clicked on the text box and then Control V.
This is great podcasting.
This is.
Tech tutorial with bacon and eggs.
Have you learned? I have I got a Chromebook for Christmas for $119, and now it runs Audacity, and it's completely quiet, and I love it. I had to install
runs
Linux.
Audacity?
I had to install Linux. I had to backdoor Linux onto it, and now it runs Audacity.
There you go.
Yeah, for $119 and 4 gigs of RAM, I can record a podcast anywhere in the world.
Wild.
That's beautiful.
There we go.
Is that? Are you guys going on location more? Is that what's going on? Is that why you need the?
Yeah, I don't know
mobile
why
setup?
Tyler needed a second laptop to
Yeah,
do the show.
I really just wanted it for funsies. I just bought a laptop, so that's a super nice one, and I do use that. And I travel a lot for my day job. I don't know if you've heard that I have one of those, and we've talked about it a little bit tonight. And so I got a laptop in case I ever need to watch a movie or record on the go. But it's heavy. I got a heavy computer, so I got a Chromebook in case I know I'm not going to record, but I want to do bacon and eggs work that doesn't require recording. But then if I need to record, I can.
Very cool. Very cool.
Here's hoping. Let's see what it turns out like when you actually try to run Audacity and Skype at the same time on a Chromebook.
I have a feeling the Skype call will be done on my cell phone. But yeah.
Yeah.
Wrapping the show, breakfast food on this movie. I feel like we've got some Christmas hash or something like British Christmas shepherd's pie
Yeah.
hash.
Shepherd's pie is not breakfast.
It's also
I was
not
gonna
American.
Like hot chocolate with some peppermints in it.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Yeah.
That does sound yummy, but don't eat a liquid
Candy
breakfast on
cane
Christmas.
I suppose.
It does sound yummy. Anyway, Isaac, where can we find you on the internet?
Well, best place to find me is over on Watso Videos. On the YouTube channel on YouTube is great. I got all my Disney content there. But if you want to see all the things I'm doing all in one place, great place to go do that is at watsowebsite.com, which is WOTSO website.com.
That is my favorite web address.
Yeah,
The
it's
fact
a
that you put website in it.
www.com. Did you ever think about how www is more syllables than World Wide Web?
Yeah, I have indeed thought about that.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm not the only one. Ethan, where can people find us on the internet?
They can find me on the internet at Edge Hill Photos on Instagram or at Wow Now, but the O's are zeros on Twitter. I really need to change that one. Or Tyler's at America Carlin in both places. And you can find the show at Bacon and Eggs Pod or wherever podcasts are sold or given away for free. Or at baconandeggs.media. Big news coming soon on the baconandeggs.media front.
Oh, dang.
Pew, 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 pew.
Big news 010120.
There's big news. Big news.
Large news. Thick news.
Venti news.
Venti news. We do not have 20 newses coming.
No, it is one news. Well, it's more than one news, but it's not 20.
More than one news. Find out soon.
Notable
Find out
events,
soon
weather,
on-
and sports.
So moving on from that conversation, thank you for listening.
Our graphics
you.
are by Vaishon Brandon of Graphite, and our music is by Andrew Scott Bell of Andrew Scott Bell. You can find him at Andrew Scott Bell wherever Andrew Scott Bells are sold or given away for free. I've been Ethan Edgeshill. He's been Tyler Carlin, and him over there in Wisconsin has been Isaac Carlson of Watso Videos. And until next time, arrivederci.
Andrew Scott Bell.